Picture this, if you will. It's a Tuesday morning. You have a rather beastly report to compile. In the not-so-distant past, a heroic expedition through dusty archives, a flurry of phone calls, head-scratching over stubborn spreadsheets. Today, you murmur a few commands to the clever AI humming on your desktop. Algernon, summarize the quarterly sales data. Identify key trends. Draft a 3-paragraph executive summary for me? Poof. Before your tea cools, a perfectly structured document appears. A minor miracle of modern efficiency. You scan, tweak a phrase, and send it off with a satisfying click. 10 minutes. A task that used to take a day, vanquished. You feel productive, efficient, a titan of industry. But as you lean back, a peculiar quiet descends on your mind. The mental gears, normally grinding, whirring, clicking, are still. No connecting disparate pieces of information. No spotting subtle anomalies in the data. No crafting that perfect turn of phrase. The heavy lifting was done for you. Your intellectual muscles remained at rest, wrapped in a warm blanket of algorithmic convenience. Now, let's delve into the mechanics of what's happening here. The human brain, for all its magnificent complexity, is also a master of efficiency. It is, dare I say, fundamentally lazy. It is always looking for ways to conserve energy. This isn't a moral failing, it's a brilliant evolutionary survival strategy. Why memorize every twist and turn of the route to your cousin's house when you can simply glance at a map? This process has a rather splendid name: cognitive offloading. It is the act of using an external tool to reduce the mental effort required for a task. We have been doing this for millennia. Writing things down on a scrap of papyrus, using an abacus for calculations, setting an alarm clock are all classic examples of offloading our cognition. This is where our new AI companions enter the stage, and they are cognitive offloading tools on an unprecedented scale. Your smartphone's contact list is a simple form of this. You no longer need to memorize phone numbers because the device does it for you. But modern AI takes this to an entirely new level. It doesn't just store information, it actively processes it. It reasons, it synthesizes, it creates. When you ask an AI to summarize a dense research paper, you are not just offloading the task of reading. You are offloading comprehension, analysis, and synthesis. The human brain is a marvel of neuroplasticity. It is not a fixed, static organ, but a dynamic living network that physically changes based on how we use it. The old adage, use it or lose it, is a fundamental neurological truth. When you learn a new skill, like playing the violin or speaking Japanese, you're literally forging and strengthening connections between neurons. Conversely, when you stop using a skill, those connections weaken. Hence your high school French reduced to a croissant with a questionable accent. Your brain, ever efficient, reallocates resources elsewhere. Now consider this principle in the context of pervasive AI. When we consistently offload problem solving, critical analysis, creative ideation, we signal that these skills are no longer essential. We tell our neurology it can take a permanent holiday. The mental muscles for deep focus, holding complex ideas, making creative leaps, may atrophy. Attention shortens, recall diminishes. Creative wells run dry. So, are we doomed to become intellectually flabby, mindlessly tapping at screens while algorithms run the world? Not in the slightest. The key is not to reject these magnificent tools. Engage with them consciously and deliberately. Move from passive consumers to active partners in cognitive collaboration. This requires a new kind of digital literacy. Habits and practices for individuals. Habits and practices for organizations. Use AI as a springboard, not a replacement. For the individual worker, start with intentional habits. Use it as a research assistant, not the final answer. Gather data, find opposing viewpoints, explain a complex topic in simple terms, then turn the machine off. Step away and synthesize yourself. Try AI-free Fridays. Treat AI output as a first draft. Actively challenge its conclusions. Ask it why, then ask yourself if you agree. That critical engagement is the workout your brain needs. Organizations have an even greater responsibility. Design workflows that make AI a collaborator, not a replacement. The arrival of powerful AI in our daily lives need not be the twilight of human ingenuity. It can be the dawn of a new era of intellectual exploration, a grand potential, combining our biological intelligence with the strengths of its artificial cousin. Imagine a scientist freed from drudgery by AI, now formulating bolder, more creative hypotheses. Imagine an artist generating 1,000 impossible landscapes, then transforming one into a masterpiece of depth. This optimistic future hinges on our choices today. We must choose mindfully, cultivate mindfulness in how we use these tools, resist the siren song of ultimate convenience, and value the mental journey itself, the struggle, the effort, the concentration. These are not bugs to engineer away. They create expertise, wisdom, insight. The path forward is conscious, deliberate partnership. View AI not as an oracle, but as a brilliant, sometimes naive apprentice. It can do the legwork, offer suggestions, even surprise us, but we provide the direction, the critical eye, the ethical frame, and the creative soul.